The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
This is African Diaspora Connect.
Join us as we take the journey from the motherland to America.
We share our experiences and learn from them.
Here is our host, Kibathi and
So listen. What's this I'm hearing? What's going on, Ben? What am I hearing? I'm hearing something in the grapevine. What's going on?
Listen, man, you're falling for the rumor mongers out there?
Man, listen, I hear stuff where there's fire, where there's smoke, there's gotta be fire, man. What's going on, man?
Your crew is worse than a knitting circle.
Well, I've heard what's said about them, but you gotta let me know, man, what's going on.
Unfortunately, I'm leaving the network and leaving the studio.
You're leaving,
but I'm leaving you in good hands.
Well, I see Chrissy.
Much prettier hands, too.
I see Chrissy over there, and she's Australian, too, so I can relate better to my Australian sisters than I can do to we have a lot in common. You know, it's a Commonwealth country, something the typical American won't understand. But man,
I
listen,
come from the Commonwealth state.
Oh, okay. All right. But man, listen, you're going to leave. This is your best production ever. You know that. I mean, you're going to leave a gold mine. Where the hell are you going, man? This is ADC, African Diaspora Connect, man. Where you going, brother? I mean, come on. It doesn't matter. You don't have to explain to me. It's not going to be as good as this. I don't need to know that. Well, anyhow, guess where we're going today, man? Listen, I'm going to miss you, man.
I'm going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you,
but
man.
You know what? I'm going to miss you guys so much that I'm actually not going to miss you, and I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
I have a feeling you're probably going to see me here on Thursday afternoons. Yeah, once or twice a month.
All right. We can roll with that.
I can't just let you guys get away from me that easy.
All right, we can roll with that, man. Listen, man, I got to give you tabs. And listen, I'll say something, Chrissy. You got some small shoes to fill. I didn't mean to say that. I'm only kidding.
This guy over here thinks size 12 is small. What size shoe do you got? We already know the myth and legend.
Oh, my God. It's been a treasure, man. It's been a treasure, my brother.
It's been so much fun.
You know, 6 months into it, man. We're just getting started, man. We're just getting started. We're almost breaking 1,000, man. We're almost breaking 1,000, folks. Listen, let's get to that 1,000. Now, I think we did over 22 or 20-somewhat subscriptions this past. Oh, my God. And Miss Anamon, man, that was a terrific show, man. Absolutely off the charts. So today, we're going to Canuckland.
Oh, boy.
We're going to the Canucks.
How come you didn't wear your Canadian tuxedo?
Oh, man, I'm Jesus Christ.
You don't have any denim?
I'll be sneezing all day if I had to do any of that nonsense, man. So my host, he used to be a goat thief here in Massachusetts.
Excuse me?
A farm, yeah. He robbed all the goats. He had to run to Canada. But he's going to tell us his story. He took like 7 goats with him.
So he's got 7 wives?
Well, he'll tell us. Oh. So we're going to talk about the migration from a lot of African diasporas living in the U.S. and why we're all of a sudden over the past several years moving to Canada. There's something brewing out here. So we're going to hear it. He's been there. He's lived in the States for a gazillion years, moved to Canada. Him and thousands and multitude of other Africans moving, doing the same migration. So we're going to learn something new today. So I can't wait.
It's going to be very exciting because I'm curious. This topic is very curious to me as to not only why people immigrate to this country and then why they immigrate out of this country. And when I say this country, obviously I mean the United States of America.
Yeah.
So it's a fascinating topic for me, and obviously getting an opportunity to hear someone who's lived through it and actually made that decision, will help us understand more about what's going wrong here in our own country and why we're driving people away that wanted to come here.
Especially, once again, from the immigrant lens. And that's going to be mission critical, because at the end of the day, this has been the land of milk and honey for all of us. So why all of a sudden we just crossing the border? Why didn't we go to Canada in the first place? So it'll be a good show today, man. But listen, man, watch out, stay close. You're the best of the best, man. So
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
As much of a pleasure as it's been working on this show with you, it's been far more of a pleasure to get to know you.
All right.
And become friends with you.
Thank you.
And your entire crew. You have some amazing friends that back you, and they're going to back your whatever play you make. And that's an amazing thing that we don't see enough of.
And the thing is, they're right here. I see your dish right here. I see Johnny right there. I see Pat right here. I see Mark right here. I mean, these folks roots are always here, man. You know what I'm saying? We sometimes we're 15 deep, but that's what keeps us alive. That's the ADC. That's the ADC momentum, guys. You know, I'm only the face, man. I'm just the face, not a bad one, Chrissy. You know, right here. Just saying.
She agreed.
All right, Jeremy, you're on right now. Jeremy, let's do this thing. All right, ADC, let's go. So, Jeremy, man, welcome to the African Diaspora Connects, Studio 21. Been a long time, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And I'm gonna tell you what, man. You're one of those cats actually who you threw me that curveball, a curveball that I liked when you were like, man, listen, I like what you're doing. And it's folks like you, you know, because you don't know we don't know who we're reaching yet. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting started. It's been 6 months. So when I get that what's up, like, hey, boss man, I love what you're doing with ADC. I'm like, damn, it's in Canada already. It's in Canada. I'm like, yeah. So thank you so much, man.
Anytime, my brother, I'm there to help people.
And let me tell you something, man. You know what? We were rocking that gray, baby. It's a silver fox. That's what's up. There we go. Msakulu. There we go. Mr. Jeremy Awori, long time resident of this year 617 back in the day, man. So how about this? Everything we do in the ADC is all about a journey. It's all about a journey. Let's start off with a synopsis of your journey. How long were you in this year 617? How long were you here for, man? You're here for a minute.
I was there for about 17 years.
17 years.
Yes.
Damn. And then you guys VUCA'd across the border. And there's a whole lot of you. Who have emigrated north, man. And one thing, actually, we have this little chat group. It's full. It's not little on WhatsApp. But what's the main thing? Why are people making that journey? And everyone's asking. Everyone has their own story. But what's the consensus? Why are people shifting up north? What's in Canada? What's in that Canuck land? What's not here?
I think things are changing. And you see, we are all fascinated by the United States of America. It's because we don't know. Until when you get here, you realize there's a place called Canada. There's a country called Canada. Because people think Canada is a third world. My friend, they are missing the point.
Totally.
This is a place to be.
So if you were to do it all over again, you'd have made that shift from the 254 directly into Canada.
Yes, my friend. Yes.
So what is the U.S.? What's missing here? What made you want to make this move? I was speaking to my friend Brendan Gure, and one of the things she just told me, I was like, Kibathi, I'll be honest with you. My main qualms, a lot of us is Maratasi. You guys and your +1, there's too much of an issue. I mean, is that the main thing, the Maratasi thing? Is that the immigration aspect of things, the visa?
No, yes and no. It all depends on how you want to look at it.
Okay.
I had buddies here. We had buddies who had moved to Canada from the US of A. They're the ones who encouraged us. So what we did our research, and it got to a point to say, hey, I've reached the ceiling. Now it's time to either I go to 254 or Australia or Canada.
So Australia was another option. Chrissy, you hear that? Chrissy's over here training as our new producer. So hey, she's from Australia. So it was either Australia or Canada.
So we did our research, me and my wife, and we saw this is the place to be, and the rest is history.
Wow!
And to tell you, I have no regrets. The only thing I miss is my buddies. But now with the WhatsApp, with Zoom, we can meet.
Yeah, but there's something about the high fives and the hugs and then the jokes that we crack on black and white.
Absolutely,
I mean, we can't beat that. We can't beat that. So tell us about settling in, because one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest questions that come up is, and I'm going to go back, assuming, for example, I've overstayed, and you're not an immigration lawyer. At the end of this one, on our next call, you're going to hopefully give us an immigration lawyer Canadian immigration lawyer who's going to tell us about. Assuming I've overstayed my visit here, and honestly, Canada is that next frontier. How easy or how hard is it for me to assimilate with my family in Canada? Would you be able to talk about that?
Yes. By the way, what I'm gonna say, I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm giving my own experience. You see, especially the Kenyan Jamas in the US of A, they fear when you put in an application to this country. It doesn't matter if you have the papers or not. That's one.
Okay.
It's called skill-based immigration.
Skill-based immigration.
Yes. If you meet the criteria that they want, that's a stepping stone. So the rest, you go through a process, you fill the paperwork, there's a whole slew of things that you're supposed to produce. Once you produce that, then you're good to go.
So there are options here. Speaking to one of my contacts there is there are people who have opted to go it by themselves, and there are those who have opted to use a lawyer. There are those who have done it by themselves and succeeded. There are those who have hit some jams. What would you recommend? Would you recommend going through the lawyer mechanism, or just knowing I have a Jeremy Awori out there who I can be able to go out and crash and figure out from there? What would you suggest?
I would tell you this. For us, again, this is us, personal.
Yeah.
We did not consult, we did not go through a lawyer. And I'm repeating this.
I got it.
That's my own opinion.
Yeah.
You don't need a lawyer. If you're good in the English language, good command of English,
okay,
you just need to give these people what they want.
Okay. You
fill the paperwork, give them everything, all the documentation they ask you. Once you give them that gaturu, you don't need a lawyer. People are being conned left, right, and center. You don't need a lawyer.
You don't need a lawyer.
Just be patient.
Okay, so as long as you've lived here long enough and you know the system here, you can be able to figure out the system there as well. Now,
absolutely.
So now, where are you? What part of Canada? Because I know there's a French-speaking part, there's an English-speaking avenue. Where exactly are you located?
I am based in Toronto.
Toronto, okay, and that's
the capital of Ontario.
Ontario. Now, so you're on the English side of things, or are you French?
Yes, Toronto is the English. Montreal is Quebec is the French.
Quebec
is about eight hours from here.
Okay, so you're on the English side of things. All right.
Yes.
So you would recommend, if you're an English-speaking person who comes maybe from a Commonwealth country, maybe moving to the English, will be relevant.
Absolutely.
And if maybe your brother who comes from one of those francophone countries, maybe the French side of it all may be more appealing, depending on whatever you're comfortable with.
Absolutely, and also where there's opportunities. There are more opportunities in Toronto compared to other places.
Really?
More opportunities.
Let's talk about these opportunities. What do you mean? Define opportunities. What kind of opportunities do you have in Toronto as opposed to other areas?
I remember Toronto is big. It all depends with your profession. Let me put it this way.
Okay.
This is the economic hub of Canada.
Okay, it is.
So financial, insurance, things like those. Yeah, property management.
Okay.
This is a capital of the world. We have too many condos here, so it all depends. Yeah.
Understood. So one thing that I was reading actually, and I'll read something here that I was before I came on the show. It says our aging population will bring big problems within a decade if we don't increase immigration. Our target should be 100 million by the next century. 100 million in Canada.
Yes, it's possible because the population now is we're about 40 million.
I'll tell you, it's under 40 million. And guess what? You know how huge you guys are?
Yep.
3.9 million square miles. 3.9,
yes.
Okay? Your homeland, your home country of Kenya, you guys like to give birth. You're over 50 million. All right? And guess how small it squeezed in? It's less than 224,000 square meters.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Kenya is way overly, and look at the size. So I know a huge part of Canada is not arable. A huge part of Canada, though, it's not livable per se. Is that true?
It all depends. No, it all depends because most people are either on the east or on the west, in the middle, like Manitoba and Calgary. So it all depends. This all depends on the opportunities. Comes back to opportunities. Remember, this is a big farmland too.
And so another thing that I was hearing, and maybe you could expand on this. I was speaking once again to my friend Brenda. What she liked about it, though, is just family orientated. It's very family orientated. Is that something you can expand? And what does she mean as opposed to the life that you knew here in the States?
Okay, you see the difference between US and Canada.
Yeah.
US is go, go, go. We're always on the move. Here, my friend, is like your friend said, is family oriented. Here on weekends, we spend time with our kids, with our family. It's like they said, family oriented. We're not on the move. kind of slow compared to the US.
Ni kama Nairobi na Mombasa. Unajua Mombasa ni kule bara, wasikia?
Not slow in that process. It's the way the lifestyle. You see, in the US is go. You're always on the move.
Absolutely.
You chill.
She told me in her vicinity there's a playground basically every mile. There are playgrounds galore. It's just that culturistic family kind of element to it, and that's appealing. And as a person with a family, I guess it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. Right. What other things? Right. What other aspects does Canada bring forth? And let me lead you on this one. All right. Sure. I'm going to give you two different aspects here. I have a certification. Sure. Either I'm a nurse, I'm an RN.
Yes.
Or I've done my accounting to some extent. But coming to the States, you know what? I could not land that accounting job. Or I'm a nurse who's gainfully employed. Lakini my maratasi is a bit off. What does Canada do for someone of that caliber? You have your credentials and go ahead.
Nursing is very lucrative here, my friend. Very lucrative. So like I said earlier on, if anybody wants to migrate to Canada, either a nursing profession, accounting, you just go to the web, there's a Canadian immigration website, go there, all the information is there. It's called Express Entry. You put in your information, it tells you if you're eligible. But nursing is big here. And we have many Kenyans who are doing pretty well in terms of nursing. In terms of accounting, it's also lucrative, but nursing, you get a job faster than an accountant here.
What are the main professions do you think are transferable coming from the U.S., coming from your hometown of Massachusetts, South Shore, whatever? What professions do you think you're able to hit the ground running fastest?
Okay, you see, every year the Canadian government changes the professions.
Yeah.
But I would say something like plumbing is big. Plumbing is big.
Okay.
Chef.
A chef.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll tell my boy Chef Wainaina just in case he's never that up, but I'm going to keep him here. Okay. And Chef Wanjiro.
Accounting.
And his big samosas.
Accounting, financial, actuarial science. Those are big here.
Really?
Yes, those are big. Big.
And so you go online, you apply. Yes. I understand that process may take about maybe how long for you? How long does the process take from when you apply online?
Okay, so when you go online, Kibathi, it will tell you if you're eligible.
Yeah.
If you're eligible, it will tell you what you are required to do. And it takes a longer time when you give things in piecemeal. That's why I tell people, read carefully.
Okay.
If you give these people what they want, it will take less than 8 months for you to be here.
Really?
8 months.
And I understand in those 8 months, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're landing in Canada and you have your Canadian green card ready. Is that true?
Okay, I'll tell you what happens. When you get here, of course, you have to go to the Service Ontario, where you have to do you go there, you do the paperwork, and then it will be sent to you.
Okay.
It takes about a month or so. But when you come in here, you come in as a PR.
As a PR, meaning permanent resident?
Permanent resident, yes.
Okay. Now let's flip this. This is Kibathi. I've never really had a professional job per se. I've been a jack of all trades, but I've been able to handle, I've driven trucks. I'm an avid truck driver. I'm a hard worker. You give me anything, I'll do. I'll do it. I'll make it happen.
Yes.
For someone who is, let me take that back, because truck drivers are highly licensed. I'm assuming truck drivers are in that category. I'm a guy who's never really held a license per se, but I'm a hard worker. You just show me what to do, I'll get it done. Would I be denied that entry because my credentials may not be quote unquote certified, or I don't have any lucrative kind of credentialing? Would that be an issue for me?
Yes,
it would be.
It will. It will. Let's say I'm giving you an example. Let's say you're a plumber. At times, because these people want to see some qualification, you have some education.
But plumbing is no joke. You get certified for that, brother.
No, if you're certified, that's fine.
Okay.
That's when you can come in.
I work. Let's say I work at McDonald's. I'm a cashier, and I've risen to branch manager on Main Street, McDonald's, 370 Main Street, branch manager, bondsman. 17 years at McDonald's.
So
yeah,
before you have to go to the website. It will tell you if you qualify, if you're eligible.
I can manage McDonald's in Canada. I mean, what?
But that's it's not easy. I don't think that I'm going to get it.
Okay, why?
Yeah, because there are people here who can do that job.
But I can do it better. I can work more hours than they can. I mean,
it's not a matter of quantity.
So what you're saying is this: it's good to have a specialized field. It's good to be licensed. It's good to have an edge in terms of your credentialing. That's going to pave that journey much easier for you. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
I've heard something about the healthcare in Canada. Because I didn't believe it. Can you walk me through this healthcare element in Canada, man? Because that baffled me. And usiongeze chumvi. Keep it 100 with me. No, tell me what's up.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you. Healthcare here is free.
What do you mean it's free? Free how? Free like you coming on this show? Or what do you mean?
Okay. If you get a PR, permanent resident, or you're a Canadian, you get a card. It's called an OHIP card.
OHIP card, okay.
Yes. So if you go to the hospital, you produce that card. Doesn't matter if you have a job, you don't have a job. You go in and you'll be treated. You're not paying any dime.
Nothing.
Any dime. Nothing at all. I'm repeating myself. Nothing. Nada.
What?
No. Even I remember when I was working in the US. I used to be deducted from my paycheck. Here, there's something like that. And also, if you're employed, your employer gives you insurance, so that can supplement. But here, healthcare is free.
Man, is that a Commonwealth world kind of element, or what is this? Is it? I don't think it's in Kenya though. But is that what it is? Do you know? Is that I have no. Australia. Do you know, Chrissy? Is there free healthcare in Australia? Yeah, she's saying Australia, same element as well.
And when I say free, remember, this is funded by the government is paying for this. So, but as a consumer, as a patient, I'm not paying anything.
So let me ask you this though: you guys must be killed on taxes. They must be they must be killing you on taxes.
Okay, Kibathi.
Yeah.
I don't buy into that. I won't buy. I'll call it crap.
Why?
The taxes I was paying in Massachusetts, the taxes I'm paying here. It all depends on where you are. Toronto. Taxes a bit it's relatively higher compared to other places.
Okay.
So it's just like in Massachusetts. You pay more taxes in Massachusetts than if you're in Texas. So it's the same thing.
Same element.
But people have that notion that taxes are high. No.
Wow. I heard about diversity, man. I heard about the diversity in some of the major cities. Can you walk us through that diversity of that melting pot? And what cities are more pronounced when it comes to diversity in Canada?
Okay, most immigrants, when immigrants come to Canada, they come either to the east, which is Toronto, or they go to Vancouver. Most Africans are in Toronto, and people from Jamaica, Italians, we have people from Haiti. We have lots of Indians, a lot of tutors here.
And the Indians are everywhere. Indians are everywhere.
Lots of Filipinos. Lots of Filipinos.
So it's
but again, people come where there's opportunity.
Wow. Let's talk about cost of living. All right. So you've lived on this side. You've lived in a pretty metropolitan avenue in Massachusetts. How do you compare cost of living where you are right in your neck of the woods?
Okay, I'll tell you. To me, when we came here, it's equivalent because the tax is the same, lifestyle is the same, cost of living is the same like Massachusetts. But we have some friends who moved from Texas or Atlanta here. They think taxes are a bit on the higher side for them. But for me personally, it's just the same like in Massachusetts.
Because you came from.
So it depends on where you're coming from. Yeah, it depends on where you're coming from.
Brenda was telling me about this other avenue whereby you can pick up another career. You could start a small business, and the government will give you some loans. I forget what she was talking about. So basically, you come in. Maybe you are trained, whatever you are. There's some subsidies the government can give you to get started into a business. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, there are lots of opportunities, and most of they like this blue collar kind of jobs. Yes, and let's say a good example, if you're laid off, the government encourages you to go back to school and do a different profession, and it is fully paid by the government.
They'll pay for that?
Yes.
You're laid off. I decide I want to become a nurse, and the government will pay me to go to nursing school.
They'll finance some of it, yes.
Man, listen, I'm going to start packing my bags. This is absolutely insane. But before I pack my bags, let's talk about the 2 weeks of summer you guys have. You only have 2 weeks of summer. Kwenda uko. 2 weeks of summer. Yo baridi bwana. Yo baridi, man. I'm not playing with that. Hold on.
Okay.
Tell me about that cold.
Kibathi, it's not that cold. Put it this way. If you lived in Massachusetts, you can take this.
No, you're lying. You know that one. You know.
Tumezoea.
Lakini tumezoea, lakini nasikia huko baridi, nasikia huko is excess. It's out of this world.
No, okay. Again, Kibathi, it depends where somebody lives. Come up here, we are in the same, like you guys. The weather is almost the same.
Really, man.
Yes.
So, looking back, what advice would you give to someone who was at a point in their life and they feel like, you know what, I want to make a move? What words of wisdom would you give them in preparation to making that drift, that USA Canadian drift? What words of wisdom, what nuggets of faith would you give that individual and his family?
Okay, I'll tell you one thing, and I think I talked to you partially about this.
Yeah.
When I moved here about 10 years, it's going to be 10 years now, shortly.
Wow. Yep.
Guys from the US, they were in touch saying, Jeremy, I want to move. That's hot air. They don't know. They don't know what they're missing. So if people are serious, this is a place to be. Change is as good as the rest. Mm-hmm. And if you get your makaratasi here, you can still go back to the US and visit. So people just have to be serious and decide what's good for them.
And what's the community like? The African community like, and wherever you live, are you guys as solid as we are here? You know how the cliques that we have here, are you guys as tight? I mean, you guys just mind your business. What is it like over there? What's it like?
I'll tell you, we have a group of guys who moved from the US from the US.
Uh-huh.
In our group, we have about how many? 60 people from the US that I know in our own group. We have a WhatsApp group, so we meet once in a while, Nyamachoma, Super Bowl, those things like those.
Oh, you have.
So there's a big Kenyan community.
What Canadian team plays in Super Bowl?
The Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay. I like that about you. I was trying to stomp you, but you know what? You're too good for that, man. Hey, listen, man. This is awesome, brother. This is awesome. Now, listen. This is what I want you to do, man. You know, it's all about making this, and you're one of my key supporters. You're one of the key supporters of ADC, man. Listen, that 60 group of folks that you have with. Make sure you post this here session with them because I want this subscription to hit 1,000. But the week is over, and I'm not no pressure, Jeremy, Jawo, no pressure. Lakini hii subscription, I'm putting it on you. Elfu moja. Wewe.
Hakuna shida. Anytime.
Hey, listen, man. The next time, the last time, where did we go? We were in Toronto. Where were we, guys? We're in Montreal. That's only 4 hours away. I think you're a bit further, but guess what? We're gonna make that, and I'm gonna bring my whole posse with me, man. And we're one of those West Indian festivals. I think we can do that and see you after COVID.
And by the way, we have an elephant and castle here too. We have 3 of them in downtown Toronto.
Are you serious? And they have that.
Yes.
They have that Guinness of ours.
Yes, and bangers and mash. Tunakula hiyo kabisa hapa.
Na ka single malt kale ketu na kale ka single kako tu.
Yes.
Man, Jeremy Awori, man, it's always a pleasure. It's always a treasure, my brother. We appreciate everything you do for us. Keep keeping on, you guys. All you guys in Canada. We still love you out here, man. Super Bowl. Who'd you have for the Super Bowl? Let me hear it. Who'd you have?
I am going with Mahomes.
You guy. I know his name sounds like Wahome, and I know you have that thing in you. But listen, give it to the GOAT. Give it to the old man. Let's just give the old man one more.
Gaturu. It's going to KC.
All right, it's going to KC. I say it's going to Tampa Bay. How about that?
That's fine.
I will call you every quarter, end of every quarter. We'll compare notes. How about we do that?
Anytime. By the way, if anybody wants any information about Canada, they can reach out to me. I'm ready to help at any time.
Okay.
And then we see what happens.
So listen, man. Thank you, man. You're a superstar. Thank you for coming through, man. This means a lot to me, man. You're taking your time. I know you're still working right about now. You stole half an hour for me. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Asante sana.
African Diaspora Connects. You were hearing it all right now. There's another frontier out there, folks. We can make it happen. You know what? Ask people, talk to people, network amongst yourselves. There's another frontier out there. If you need some help, Jeremy Awori, Jawo is my man. All the way.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Tom Brady. All right. Thank you.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.